It's bad. Really, really bad. Don't watch it. Netflix's Cowboy Bebop is a cringy, misguided, horribly paced piece of In order for me to go into details about how terrible this adaptation is, I'm going to have to go into spoilers. So here's why it's bad without the spoilers. Characters' personalities are butchered and assassinated. The writing is inconsistent, cringe-inducing, and woke. The acting is average at best, but mostly underwhelming as a whole. The casting is atrocious outside of Mustafa Shakir, who actually does a fantastic job playing Jet. John Cho does his best, but the material he's given doesn't come close to capturing the essence of Spike. Danielle Pineda's acting and the writing of Faye just don't mesh. Faye is annoying and obnoxious. The story is padded out and removed so far from the original that I can't even call this a retelling. It's more like bad fanfiction that should have never made it to the screen. Actually, scratch that. A fan of the show would have respected the source material. The sets look low budget and the editing is bad enough to give you a migraine. Don't watch Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, just scroll under the anime category and watch the original. Okay, let's do this. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Please stay for the spoilers because you don't want to watch this. Last chance? Alright, here we go. The story follows Spike, Faye, and Jet as they collect bounties around the galaxy. As the series continues, we learn about how each character has to deal with their past. While the story has the smallest resemblance of what can be considered an outline of the original, none of it is accurate or well done. Remember Asteroid Blues when Katarina shoots Ezimo because he's lost his mind to the drug Red Eye and she accepts the fact that she will never see Mars? Well, in this, Ezimo bleeds out after being shot by Faye, and Katarina is royalty trying to escape her family. Remember Stray Dog Strut, where Hakim is a pet thief searching for Ein and gets plastic surgery to conceal his identity? Well, I hope you like being subverted because now he's a pet thief with a digital mask that's stealing rich people's dogs. Why? He wants revenge for his parents who were killed in an incident where rich people put their pets in escape pods instead of the passengers on board. I know escape pods aren't exactly roomy, but why not just put the pets in with the people who own them? How big were these dogs? You remember Gateway Shuffle with the eco-terrorists? Glad you do, because in this, the eco-terrorists use spores that turn people into trees.
The toxic gas turned people into trees? Are you serious with this?
This is nothing more than a bunch of poorly imitated moments from the anime. This is honestly the most insulting part of the show. Everything you love about the original characters is either destroyed or subverted. Outside of Mustafa Shakir, it feels like they filmed everyone's first few takes and said, alright, that's good enough. Nothing in this adaptation even comes close to the original. You know, when I think about Spike, I don't think about how calm and collected he is, how he lives in both the past and present, a man who will confidently approach dangerous situations head on. Nope. I think of a witty Marvel cutout that goes by the name Fearless. When I think of Jet, I don't think about a controlling man who likes things to go as planned. I think of a single, deadbeat father trying to have a stronger bond with his daughter. A black father who's not there for his daughter? Careful, Netflix.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, careful! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
When I think of Faye Valentine, I don't think of an opportunist, or a con woman, or a person obsessed with finding out where she comes from. I think of an obnoxious, potty-mouthed lesbian who likes to pound pussy and eat dogs.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, careful! Careful, SpongeBob!
When I think of vicious, I don't think about how cunning and violent he is, or the fact he doesn't have much dialogue which makes his presence more intimidating. I think of an insecure man-child who likes to beat women, get wasted, and is desperate to make his father proud. However, there's one character that truly gets it worse than anyone else in the series. Julia. Julia is a beaten housewife who vicious. When she finds out Spike is still alive, she gets emotional and wants to reunite with him. She heads to the church where Spike and Vicious are having their showdown. We get the iconic shot, and then this happens.
Anyone about it, we're kind of like intentionally ignoring certain details. Julia is revealed to be the big bad in Netflix's adaptation and throws Spike out the window with a new rendition of Greenberg playing in the background. It'll be an electronic remix, and they'll act like it's such a love letter. Not even joking about Julia's villain. No, Julia's not the villain. Julia's not the villain. That'd be stupid. Julia isn't actually the villain, right? Guys, you guys are fucking with me, right? You guys are fucking with me, right?
A few minutes later.
Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Oh my god. Oh. Jay Rivers for $2. Search your feelings, know it to be true. Dude, I'm looking at an article right now that says it's true. What the fuck are they? What are they thinking? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, some people are just jumping in. Turns out Julia in the live-action Netflix Bebop is revealed to be a villain.
This is not Julia. What the hell is going to happen at the end of the show? Is there going to be a final showdown with Spike and Julia instead of Vicious? Are we going to find out Spike and Vicious are in love and Spike tells Vicious it's all a dream? You can't even get the side characters right. The Mad Perot is afraid of dogs instead of cats so we can have Ein conveniently save the day. Annie now owns an alphabet nightclub that's tolerant and not a convenience store. I refuse to call this character Gren. Anyone who knows anything about the sad and tragic story of Gren knows this is a deplorable and insulting depiction of that character. And Ed.
Spike! Spike Spiegel! You're Spike! Cowboy! Bounty hunter for hire! Wake up! I have a job for you!
While the show sometimes looks like the anime, it's mostly colorless and dull. It looks low budget and I constantly find myself saying, that was filmed on a dirt trail in California. They just added CGI over that landscape with After Effects. It doesn't look real or convincing. The camera work is either flat or nauseating. The editing and choreography are mind-numbingly bad. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on this, but for most of the action, it feels like the camera holds on the scenes for too long. Like the choreography in the scene is done, and then before switching angles, the camera just sits there while the actors hold. And the fighting is slow as if the scenes weren't rehearsed enough, so it's like slow fighting, everyone stops for a second, the camera switches angles, and everyone continues fighting. It's jarring.
What the actual
It's Cowboy Bebop. Let's not f this up.
Oh my goodness.
I knew we were treading on hollowed ground, said Andre Nemec, showrunner, during a recent video call. Spike, Jet, Faye, Vicious, Julia, they're such delicious characters in the anime. Please don't describe them that way. It's gross. For Nemec and his team, it was always about honoring the spirit of the anime. But that does not mean the live-action Cowboy Bebop series simply repeats the story told in the original. So what you mean is we're going to take the look and feel of Cowboy Bebop and spray it over a shitty reworking of the anime. Instead, the 10-episode adaptation blends spot-on callbacks of moments from the anime, with both subtle and substantial narrative changes. You've changed everything in the least subtle way possible, most noticeably around the show's women, Faye and Julia, that allow the series to stand on its own. Debuting in 1998, Cowboy Bebop is a seminal anime often credited with helping expand the scope and reach of Japanese animation with its memorable characters, deep themes, and genre-bending storytelling. But as influential as the series may be, it is a product of its time. So certain portrayals, including Faye and Julia's, were ripe for updates. Oh god, stop. Stop taking our strong female characters and turning them into petty, weak, victimized cutouts. They have always been great and will continue to be great. Stop f***ing with them. He explained that the adjustments to Faye's story were made so she not only felt as empowered as she did in the anime, but also that the empowerment developed into greater agency. She already has agency. All the characters have agency. This was particularly significant for Julia, who in the anime mostly serves as a specter for Spike's past, appearing only as flashes in his memory until the final episodes. She has a much larger presence in the live action adaptation, which addresses her shared past more clearly. Julia was the hardest character to get our claws into as storytellers, said Nemec. Well, you did a damn good job ripping her apart. There was so much whole cloth we were building. We didn't want this to be just this full-time departure from the anime. You literally made a complete departure from the anime. I always knew we wanted to start in a place where Julia and Vicious were together, but Julia was a bit of a caged bird, said Namek. And we knew Julia must free herself from her own cage, through her own cunning, through her own wit, through her own smarts, through her own charms. You. Julia represents everything Spike left behind, and is a constant reminder of that. You couldn't even get her motivations right. Why does Julia shoot Spike out a window if she misses Spike and still has feelings for him? Why does Julia think Vicious won't kill her before she can overthrow the Syndicate? None of this was set up. She does a 180 in the last 5 minutes of the show because you wanted an M. Night Shyamalan twist. Julia's journey is one of the most significant differences between the new Cowboy Bebop and the original anime series, but her story, as well as Faye's, better reflects the kind of storytelling around women that audiences have come to expect. Part of the fun in making an adaptation is getting to spin the story in a different direction, being able to take the narrative someplace that the audience doesn't imagine is coming. If fans of the show could turn on an episode and know what the ending is, that's no fun. And as a fan, it's not exactly what I would want to watch. You're not a fan. Way to make an adaptation worse than Death Note. At least Death Note is hilariously bad and only around 2 hours long. Congratulations, Netflix. You're gonna carry that weight.
Oh, I'm freaking pumped. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. Oh.